Hey, what's up guys, my name is Charlie. Today we're going to be reacting to some more Nostalgia Critic, and it's going to be Jungle to Jungle. Oh boy, I don't think I've ever heard of this movie before, or ever watched it, but judging by the title, it doesn't really sound very exciting. What sort of title is Jungle to Jungle? Yeah, very bizarre. But yeah, let's check out the video, shall we? Let's go. Pieces of the World with Nostalgia Critic. The curiously echoey jungle.
Oh, hello. I'm the Nostalgia Critic. I remember it so you don't have to. Today, we are looking at movie Feces, the leavings of a totally horrible piece of crap. And,
Ooh.
look at this, look at this. I have found a spectacular one right here.
Oh god.
That is
Oh no!
and if we're
Don't
lucky,
show
we
that.
may be able to track down what produced this horrible piece of junk.
No, please don't. That's gross.
Just as I suspected. I thought this came from a Tim Allen comedy. Right over there, you can
Tim
see
Allen.
what produced this wretched piece of shit. Jungle to Jungle.
Okay. Jungle to Jungle has got Tim Allen in it. Right.
Look at how sloppy the writing is. Look at how confused the humor is. And ask yourself why the hell there's a 2 in the title even though this is a remake and not a sequel.
Yeah, I said the title's
Be
weird.
very quiet while we
Jungle
observe it,
to
but
Jungle is
let us
weird.
venture forth and see what could possibly create such a giant piece of anus butter. Look at that. Oh, yes, we observe here the cleanest and most pasty white of Amazon tribesmen.
Yeah,
They
that's
just
pretty
stand on the
bloody
edge of
white.
mountaintops and scream inspiringly for the trailer. We then cut to the next best thing that this family film surely thinks will get the kids invested, the stock market.
300 lots of
Yeah,
coffee
the
futures.
stock market
You call
would
that a
definitely
hunch?
make this movie
No,
interesting.
Richard, I call that an opportunity. 300 lots in this market is not an opportunity. It's a death wish.
Knowing that your kids are no doubt sucked in by all this technical talk, the film then proceeds to go to a subject matter that kids want to hear even more about. Divorce proceedings.
I'm getting married to Charlotte in 30 days. In order to do that, I need the divorce from Patricia.
You'll overnight in Caracas, then fly to Canaima the next morning where you'll be met.
Thanks. See you in 2 days.
So Tim Allen's character, whose name you will never call him, so let's just keep calling him Tim Allen, is off to the Amazon to get a divorce from his wife so he can marry another woman.
Okay.
Weird and complicated? Oh, that's merely the icing on this cake of bullshit.
Yeah,
We
Jesus.
received this letter from your wife today. Senora Cromwell says that she could not come to Canaima, but she wants us to get you to Lipo Lipo.
Wait a second, what are you talking about? I traveled 3,000 miles to get here and she doesn't show up? What's that about?
After being attacked by deadly rubber fish, Tim Allen enters
Rubber
his
fish.
knockoff
What is this, the
mission,
rubber
and
shark
we
from
see his
Batman?
wife, Patricia.
You shark
Notice how their
repellent.
hairstyles indicate that they met at a Mark Summers Jew Fro convention, very popular in the 90s.
We weren't even married a year and you walked out on me.
And now you want a divorce and you think I'm gonna hit you up for money.
We both want a divorce. And aren't you?
I don't want any money.
Great.
So we observed that she left because he didn't listen to her much when they were married.
How is this a
I guess he also
comedy?
didn't listen to the part
How's
where
this
she was
supposed to be
apparently
funny? Tim
leaving,
Allen's in
nor
this.
the incredibly forced plot point that he has a son.
know it at the
97 and a
time,
quarter,
but I was-
97 and a quarter. Am I greedy? I'm feeling pretty greedy. I'm gonna
Pregnant with
wait
your
till
son.
97 and a half.
The boy sitting next to the fire over there is your son. I must have started 1,000 letters to tell you, but every one of them started with, I know you never wanted children.
This is nuts. This is nuts. This is unbelievable.
I was confused.
You know what you just
I
said to
didn't
me?
know
This
what
is
to-
unforgivable.
I'm not asking you to forgive me, but he didn't do anything, so don't blame him.
This is
So, as you
strange.
can quickly observe in this film, these are all, in fact, horrible people. She has a son for 13 years and never tells him. He's too invested in his stocks and bonds. And there's a Tarzan wedlock because of it.
Mimisiku.
Hi, Mimi Siku. I'm Michael Cromwell.
The boy's name is Mimi Siku. And yes, I've heard manlier names out of Paranormal Activity as well.
Palaku tells me that I'm your father. That's a nice pot you have.
And as you can clearly see, poor Tim Allen can't even tell the difference between
Ah,
a pot
Jesus.
and a pan.
Yeah, for the pan mistake.
Right?
You made
You
this
got that
same
wrong,
mistake.
there's controversy about that. Don't leave any comments about it. We're not doing another fuck-up video. So he thinks
Yeah,
that
the
his son
Nostalgia Critic
can't
fucked up on
understand
that.
him, but the child reveals the next day that he can, thus adding to the contingency of liars that makes up this family.
I've got to go back to my village. I'm a trader. That's what I do.
This in your village, yes? Women who hold fire up Sky's butt?
I've never I've never had her described quite like that.
New York
This, of
City.
course, raises the question how anyone, even a lone tribesman, can confuse raising a hand as holding something up this guy's butt. Would answering a question in class be considered this guy's cavity check? Would a high five make these two this guy's proctologists? Even Mimi, we see, is double fisting this guy up the anus earlier. So we come to the conclusion that there's deduction, and then there's just morons. And the morons who encourage the morons.
When I'm a man, will you take me to Statue of Liberty?
Sure. Why not? Yeah.
We then see
Ugh.
Mimi's pet spider,
Oh god,
Matika,
no.
who
Pet
Alan does
spiders,
not treat
stop.
very well.
I will crush you like...
A bug?
oil.
Oh.
This is another curious moment. If the spider is in fact his pet, why does he look so playful when Alan plunges a rock after it, almost smashing it to smithereens?
Yeah, that's not playful. That's trying to kill it.
Your cat, would you laugh it off as a comedic moment?
No.
Let's find out.
Oh my God, crackers! Crackers, no!
No.
Son of a bitch, you killed my crackers!
Oh, damn.
Baboon is your Panari name.
Yeah, when someone tries to kill your
First
pet,
they
it's
wanted
not
to build a man
hilarious.
who must be smarter than he looks.
I really wouldn't say a tarantula or a spider really is a pet.
Man
Those
who's
things are creepy.
extremely well endowed.
This moment brought to you by Disneyland. It turns out Mimi goes through a ceremony that officially makes him a man. So, he expects Alan to hold up his end of the bargain and take him to New York.
Let me see. I have to be back at the exchange floor. I'm getting married. I cannot take you tomorrow.
Here, if you make a promise, you keep it.
Perhaps she means like the promise she made that she would meet Alan outside the plane at the airport, thus not putting him in this mess to begin with. Hypocritical bitch.
This is the most important day in your son's life. And now you're going to humiliate him in front of the whole tribe by not keeping the first promise you
You're
ever made?
humiliating him right now by
The son you
arguing.
only told him about 2 days ago, again, hypocritical biatch.
Me happy to be with you, Baboon.
As you probably deduced, he of course decides to take him with and not bring the mother for some reason.
Why not buy him some clothes?
Of the hypocritical type. As we see, Alan meets up with his assistant.
Can't walk around like the airport like that. That will
Confirm.
get you in some serious shit. Child neglect, maybe.
For 15 years, Michael. You say sell, I say confirm. Sell, confirm, sell, confirm. You confirm, and I sell. You didn't confirm, so I didn't sell.
Once again, children get to hear that riveting stock market
Oh,
talk. No
God.
wonder they put this as a double feature with Wall Street. Oliver Stone would be so proud.
By tomorrow morning, it could be 85 or lower.
We just waited out.
Is this supposed to be a
Something will
comedy?
happen.
Am I missing
Market
something?
will turn around.
Is this supposed
His
to be
boss
funny
isn't
because there's
happy
Tim Allen
that
in
these
it?
stocks
I'm
they
not
didn't
finding this
sell
funny
are
at
now
all.
doing poorly,
What's so
and
funny
Mimi
about this?
misinterprets this as
Business,
set
stock
spider loose
markets?
to commit murder.
Oh, here we go. The mischief part. This is supposed to be funny now?
With Mickey Rourke's picture in it. Look at it.
Martika killed Chief.
I said I was gonna go fight the chief, not kill the chief. Around here, only postal employees kill chief.
You may also catch on to Tim Allen's only role in this movie, and that's to recite all the lines that didn't make it into unfunny episodes of Home Improvement.
After you pee, you put the seat back down. Females and tribes start war over this.
Magic.
No, magical.
Oh, yeah, they do.
Yellow number 5 and zinc oxide. They've added a sunblock to it.
Wait,
Son.
tell a lie. Many of those jokes were from the Geico Caveman show. Yeah, you totally forgot that existed, didn't you? So Alan goes to see his fiancée, who is a fashion designer, and Mimi immediately falls in love
Did I
with
just see
Martin
the
Short's
camera
daughter, played by
sort of-
Lily Sobieski.
Camera boomstick
Angel
there.
on table.
The microphone.
And now we come to the public service announcement part of our show. This is for all you aspiring writers out there. For everybody out there who's looking to get something published in Hollywood, don't ever use the word angel in your screenplay. Ever. Remember how well it worked in the first Spider-Man movie?
You grabbed me and said, Aunt May? Aunt May? Is that an angel?
That was heinous. How about when that little Star Wars pimple said it?
Are you an angel?
Star Wars people.
Any movie even starring an angel seems to be geared for pig shit failure. So please...
City of Angels was
don't
good.
Act like you never heard of them.
That Nicolas Cage movie
Unless
was
you're doing a
good.
parody of It's a Wonderful Life. That's okay. After Mimi pulls a stunt walking on the ledge of a building, Alan's fiancée is concerned that she doesn't have what it takes to look after him.
I don't think so,
Mimi's just visiting. I want to show him a good time. After that, he goes back home, and we can go back to being exactly the way we were.
Wow, child neglect maybe.
Just like real New Yorkers. But Mimi finds it still rather difficult to fit in.
Yeah. The parents are still not bought this kid any clothes. Oh shit!
Wow.
Oh,
After you
animal
pulled down your
abuse,
children
man.
from
Don't show that
kitchen
shit.
getting stabbed through the neck, you yourself might be wondering, is this funny or horrifying?
This is fucking
Even that woman's
horrifying,
scream
not
seems
funny.
hostilely brutal.
No!
You
Stop
laugh,
showing
but Then
it.
you ask, am I going to hell for laughing at that? Either way, it deserves the Disney logo. Alan has to go to work, so he puts Mimi in the hands of his fiancée.
Wait, I can't watch him.
You don't need to babysit him. He'll be fine.
Yes, you don't need to babysit a kid who walks around on the ledge of buildings, sets loose killer spiders, and nearly decapitates innocent birds.
Yeah, that's
He'll be a
perfectly
welcomed
noble.
addition
He'll be
to the state
okay.
penitentiary. Oh, and we can add sex offender to that lineup
Oh
too.
my god.
Nice poochie poochie. That is the last poochie poochie you're gonna see around here, you little savage!
Ah, yes.
Jesus
This is
Christ.
yet another classic Disney phrase that'll make it in the Disney archives. Hakuna Matata means
Hakuna
no worries, Zippity Doodah means what a wonderful day, and Pushy Bushy means
Pushy bushy vagina.
I can see that on children's shirts in a millisecond.
Bushy vagina. Oh,
So Matika is
Jesus.
set loose again to partake in what I think is the 5th overused spider joke.
What's
And
it with
Mimi
this
sets
spider?
his sights for the Statue of Liberty, and even manages to make his way there
Statue of
undetected.
Liberty. Hallelujah.
Well, all these people are looking right at him, and yet they tell no one. An interesting trait of New Yorkers, but not a surprising one. Alan is called in about Mimi climbing the
Well,
statue,
New Yorkers
and he
are
tries
clueless,
to
so.
explain the ways of New York life.
Didn't
Just
I tell
joking,
you to
kidding.
wait in the
I
apartment
want to
for...
see Statue of Liberty.
I said we'd do that tomorrow.
Always tomorrow. You're too busy for Mimi Siku. I want to see Statue of Liberty. I go.
Now, you might be asking yourself, wasn't he just saying me instead of I in an earlier scene?
Me happy to be with you, baboon.
Well, there's a very good reason for that. Oh, fuck it, I just want to hear that woman's...
Wouldn't he get arrested for carrying a bow? Yeah, it's creepy, but wouldn't he get arrested in New York for carrying a bow around? I mean, isn't that a deadly weapon?
Which it turns out is the Russian mafia.
Then again, everyone in America has a gun, so... Well, can buy a gun, not everyone has a gun.
Sit down. Come. We talk beans.
In Texas, you can walk around with a
You
gun.
might be
So.
wondering how a movie about a boy in a jungle got to a point in the story where they're talking about the Russian mafia. We're gonna take a short little break while I figure that out.
Yeah, this movie is just bizarre.
Okay, I think I figured it out. The loyalty of the stockholders is at risk, so they ask several people around who have money. They all
Okay.
have zany solutions to the problem, but one seemed investment worthy, with no backfires at all. So they entered into a deal of business with them, sneakily and smoothly. That might be it too.
Laziness, yeah.
I want
That's very smart.
guarantee that price not drop below 75.
Well, would you look at that? It appears we have come across Jumba from Lilo and Stitch. No, I'm not
Lilo
even
and
kidding.
Stitch.
That's really him. He's
Oh,
also
really?
Codsworth and the bad guy from Pocahontas.
Damn.
Obviously, what this movie is trying to
Never
say
knew
with
that.
this casting decision is that
I've never seen his face
Russians are
before.
a lighthearted, cartoony folk, if you will, that shouldn't be taken too seriously on any occasion.
Hmm.
I mean, just look at their leader. He looks like a funny guy. Alan tells the assistant to get out of the deal, but he foolishly sells the stock to them anyway. But this doesn't get in the way of more sentimental moments like this one.
Why did Paliko leave you, baboon?
I probably took her for granted.
Now you with Charlotte.
Yes, I am.
Many females in your village, baboon. Why you pick only one?
Well, in some cultures, you can choose multiple wives. Who are we to judge?
when
We
you
must
pick one
respect
to
other
love,
people's cultures.
It's very different.
By the way, don't you love how he had to think about
It may
that for
seem
a moment?
unethical
He
for
didn't
us, but
immediately turn it down.
it does
Like
work.
he thought to himself, yes, I
Everyone's
should get some
happy,
more
it's not
hoes in my life."
forced.
But obviously, something snapped him out of it.
Many females in your village, baboon. Why you pick only one?
No. Well, when you pick one to love, it's very different.
Yeah, I mean,
So
you can
Alan
have
convinces the
multiple
mafia later that they
wives.
want to buy the stock
if you're
because
into
they don't
that.
want to do dealings with the Russian mafia. But as soon as they do buy the stock back, it goes up, making the mafia think they scammed them on purpose. And again, do your children really have the slightest interest in any of this? Why don't we go back to showing Pocahontas for the girls and more animal abuse for the boys? Playing with the blowgun, of course, like a rational parent would.
Oh, damn.
Now, some of you may find the abundance of animal cruelty in this movie slightly disheartening.
This is
but
just
not nearly
so
as
far we've
disheartening as
seen
Mimi
hurting
started with
animals.
One Boy
It's
Colt. For as you can observe, he paints her face, has her speak a new language, and even gives her a new identity.
It's pretty.
Her parents must be thrilled.
John! You started a wildfire in my yard. You ate my yellow dwarf cichlid. And now you're
Yes,
putting to
come
lose
on.
my 12-year-old daughter.
Nothing happened.
Well, you know what, Karen? You're still going to camp. An all-girls camp.
My name's not Karen anymore. Takume.
That's right, Karen's your slave
Jesus.
name. However, the Russian mafia breaks in and holds the family hostage, including little Lily Sobieski. Now, that seems kind of
Jesus,
pointless.
this
We
is
all
bit-
know that she's going to join a shady Russian business in the future anyway.
I teach you, never to make a fool of Jovanovich again.
But look, shh, don't interrupt.
Killer spider.
We are witnessing what many Disney films were experiencing at that time. A painfully awkward, forced slapstick climax. Shh, let us marvel at how unfunny it is.
Ah, Jesus.
Now one gag is working.
I'm coming out.
No, this is just... I want to laugh, but I just can't.
Notice the absence of a smile on my face.
Yeah, I'm not laughing either. The Vulcan death pinch? What the hell? Oh, the nutcracker move. Oh.
Oh, well, I hope you feel privileged about what you just witnessed.
It wasn't funny, that was painful. Oh.
What was up with the Vulcan thumping?
Yeah, that's what I said, the Vulcan
So the
bum pinch.
Russian
What the fuck
mafia
was
are
that?
scared away by a spider. I do wish I was exaggerating that. And we see that Mimi has to go back home. Alan tries to give back the blowgun, but the son wants him to keep it.
Unless it,
Kill a fly.
they finally bought him clothes. Hallelujah.
That's gonna happen.
So it turns out one day at the stock market that he does in fact see a fly, literally stabs his boss in the back for it, says fuck
Wow.
you to his fiancée, and heads down to his unnatural habitat.
Yeah, it's
There
bullshit.
were some intelligent animals in this movie, right?
Now you're a Panare baboon.
You killed a totally harmless creature that we can get no use out of. We even see Sovietsky's family come with, as her father is totally cool with her diving into piranha-infested waters and getting it on with dances with mullets.
Oh, come on. That's a little bullshit. No. That's
Do you
just
see now how a
bullshit.
film like this can produce something like that?
Oh, don't you? That's like breadsticks and
Experts have
turds.
described this as a pretty bad flick. The family connections are considered weak, the logic makes little sense, and most of the jokes are, what's the word I'm looking for? Ah yes, bad. However, a good chunk of animals get hurt, and out here in the jungle, that's always good for ratings. I'm the nostalgia critic.
No. Oh, damn, he's dead again. Oh, God. No, that wasn't funny at all. It was funny how bad it was, but it wasn't funny at all. Hmm. That's scream. Okay, that's the end of the video. That was Jungle to Jungle by Nostalgia Critic, and I just don't get this movie. I can't believe Tim Allen was on this. I mean, I just truly don't get it. But this was supposed to be funny, but maybe I'm missing something, because I didn't find any of that funny. You know, it was just so cliche, you know, the spider on the head, the mob boss, the mighty horror of it all, you know, and he's doing that cartoony sort of dance thing, and you know the Vulcan death pinch, or the thumb pinch, whatever the hell that was. That was weird. But it's just not funny. It's just full of cheap gimmicky stuff, and you know we've seen this time and time again. Maybe because we've seen so many films like this. No, this movie's just bad. No, the movie just sucks. Honestly, no way am I watching this movie. Jungle to Jungle, absolutely not. It doesn't make sense, and it's full of animal abuse. Come on. And probably no animals were harmed in this movie, obviously. But no fucking way am I gonna sit down and swallow that it's okay to kill pigeons with a bow and arrow and start tranquilizing cats and killing flies and, you know, what's up with all that crap? And trying to throw rocks at spiders and finding it funny. I mean, what the fuck is up with this crap? This is just wrong. The more you try to explain this movie, the more demented it sounds. Yeah, I can't believe this was a movie. I just don't get it. Jungle to Jungle. I mean, I guess New York City is a jungle. Maybe his habitat was a regular jungle, so he's just moving around. I don't know. I don't know. Someone explain to me why this movie was made. Please explain to me why this movie was made. Yeah, it's unfortunate because I do enjoy Tim Allen and he's a good performer. But this, no, he couldn't even save this movie. No, this movie's fucked. But yeah, that was Jungle to Jungle, and I'm just disappointed as I've never watched it, and I was excited to see a Tim Allen movie, and this just sort of put all my hopes down the toilet and flushed it. But I don't get it. Why was he walking around with a bow and arrow? Isn't that illegal? I mean, you're not even allowed to carry a gun or any deadly weapons. Maybe that's perfectly normal to go butt naked running around in shorts in America with a bow and arrow, but I sure as shit can't remember allowing that. You know, I never remember that being allowed, so I must be living in a different world. Yeah, maybe in Texas, you know, where you got a license so to carry a gun or something like that, you know, Texas. I don't know. I don't know the laws, but I'm pretty fucking sure that this movie is not accurate. Can you imagine carrying a deadly weapon around in an airport and treating that as if that's normal? You would get arrested so fast. Fucking the SWAT team with guns would be surrounding you if you was walking around with the airport with a deadly weapon like a bow and arrow. I mean, you can get fucking holed up for carrying a can of hairspray for crying out loud as a deadly weapon. But yeah, I just don't get it. It's ineffectual, it's stupid, it's silly, it's goofy, and it's not funny in any sensible sense. It's not even so bad it's funny. I didn't even laugh because it was so bad. I'm sorry I'm rambling and ranting and raving and all that right now. It's just that it's Tim Allen. You know, Tim Allen. You know, where is Tim Allen when you need him? He wasn't in this movie when you needed him. He was in the movie, but it wasn't him. It was just someone else. But he couldn't save this movie. I'm just really disappointed because I wanted Tim Allen to shine in this movie, and this felt really pointless. Yeah, that's the end of the video. If you like this video, make sure to give a like, comment down below, and make sure to subscribe to my channel if you enjoy my content. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.